small town of Hoedspruit under the Maruleng municipality in Limpopo is experiencing rapid growth due to an influx of international tourists in the area. Many tourists enjoy their stay in the town mainly because it's not crime-ridden and it is a few kilometers away from the world-renowned tourist destinations, including the Kruger National Park. Newzroom Afrika's Mweli Masilela is following the story for us, and he now joins us live from Hoedspruit. Mweli, very good morning to you. Quite a positive development there, especially coming at a moment when we are celebrating Tourism Month.
Yes, indeed, quite a positive development. Also, comparing to what my colleague, the Zola Sholane, is covering, there isn't much of illegal mining activities that we've heard of from this side. In fact, as we celebrate Tourism Month, people residing in the small town, which is one of the smallest towns in Limpopo, but as much as it is very small, there are those developments that this town is now the fastest growing town in Limpopo, mainly because there is a lot of international tourists, Aldrin, that land here. But most of those tourists, they use the Cape Town route before they can land here at the Eastgate Airport in Limpopo. What the mayor of this municipality, Maruleng municipality, is telling us is that the reason there is a rapid growth is because most of those international visitors, Aldrin, when they arrive here, they get to be interested in investing in property, especially around town. That is why when we go around, we can see that there's a lot of construction that is going on. And this is good news for this municipality because it is then able to collect more revenue in as far as rates and other services is concerned, because those people who come to invest are able to pay for those services. But also beyond that, there are quite a number of exclusive guest lodges that the international tourists are happy about. They feel that they are very safe, and also the food that is being provided there, because most of the tourists come from the Scandinavian countries. They feel that they are catered for. But let's take a listen to what the mayor of Maruleng municipality, Tseho Musolwa, had to say about what is currently happening in the small town of Hoedspruit, Aldrin.
We've got massive investment of property, particularly for people who come here to visit. And when they get here, they get interested because of the safety and convenience of the area and decide to invest in town. And that is helping the town grow. As you may have seen, it's one of the fastest growing towns, mainly from investors that come as visitors and decide to stay in Hoedspruit.
So Aldrin, as we have heard from the mayor, another big conversation that has been coming up is that there is some means or efforts to try and get an international operating license for the Eastgate Airport here in Hoedspruit, because that will enable tourists to fly directly from Europe or the Middle East rather than having to first fly to Cape Town and then from Cape Town to fly here. That means that they have to travel long hours. But if it's a direct flight from those Scandinavian countries, they'll have to travel at least about 26 hours. So that is one conversation, and the mayor says that they are working together with the provincial government as well as the national government to ensure that that particular arrangement becomes a reality, so that it will be more convenient for the tourists, the international tourists, to visit this town. Because as much as they are coming in numbers at this present moment, once that arrangement is in place, they believe that it will be even more tourists coming to this small town, and that means that the town will even expand further. Let's take a listen to what the mayor, Tseho Musolwa, had to say in as far as that issue of an international operating license for the airport is concerned.
The two economic main economic drivers in town, it's tourism and agriculture. As you may know, we have recently spoken to national and provincial government about tapping into the tourism market, making convenience primarily to make sure that there's easy and convenient traveling for Middle East and European tourists. You may know from Scandinavian countries to Hoedspruit, which is the most traveled area in the Scandinavian countries, it takes about 26 hours to travel to Hoedspruit. So we are fighting very hard with the provincial government to create convenience of tourists that come from Central Europe and North America.
So, Aldrin, that's the mayor of Maruleng Municipality, Tseho Musolwa, just giving us an overview of what is happening in this town. But of course, the Kruger National Park, which is just a few kilometers from where we are standing at this present moment, is also happy with this current situation because also on their side, there are benefits as the more the international tourists coming into the park, the more beneficiation, not only on the side of the Kruger National Park, but also from those communities that are residing just adjacent to the Kruger National Park, Aldrin.
Can I quickly ask you, Mweli, what's your favorite part of this expedition?
Well, I must say my favorite part is seeing the big five. I mean, we've managed to see on a safari some lions, we've seen some elephants, even though elephants are now quite common, a common sight in some of the private game reserves as well as at the Kruger National Park. And also another experience, Aldrin, that I love, which is also the preferred one for international tourists, is walking in the bush on foot, actually having to come across a lion or a herd of elephants or buffalo on foot. That is one of the offerings from the side of the Kruger National Park. So rather than being traveling in a van, you actually walk on foot with some rangers. They also not only educate you about the animals, but also some animal species that you wouldn't even know about in the next 10 years. So those are some of the elements that I like the most, but also the food. I can't miss that.
Can't miss the food. Must be only the brave that are willing to take such a tour on foot. Thank you so much, Mweli Masilela, there joining us from Hoedspruit.